Welcome to Concert TV News. I'm Allison Speranza, and I've got this week's top new releases and tour announcements, plus an interview with hard rocker Seether. We'll also fill you in on another great way to catch some live music this summer. It's all coming up on this August 4th, 2008 edition of Concert TV News. From one of the most celebrated singer-songwriters to one of the world's greatest rock bands, here are some artists that are hitting the road. Bob Dylan was recently awarded the prestigious Pulitzer Prize. He is the first rock and roll artist to ever receive this honor. Dylan kicks off a month-long U.S. tour, hitting cities such as Pittsburgh, Tulsa, and San Diego.
Sweeping the floor, so open up the doors and turn on the lights, getting ready for the night.
Hawaiian-born singer-songwriter Jack Johnson will be playing amphitheaters all around the country, making stops in Salt Lake City and Atlanta, as well as being one of the inaugural headliners at the All Points West Festival, taking place this weekend just outside of New York City.
Man, better than the other man. You got the plan with the $1 million give a damn.
Reuniting after 30 years, the Police are wrapping up their North American reunion tour this week. The tour is expected to be the third highest grossing tour of all time, with their final show taking place on August 7th at New York City's Madison Square Garden. The Police may be wrapping up their final tour, but South African rockers Seether are out on the road this week, hitting cities such as Dallas, Austin, and San Antonio. We recently sat down with the band to talk about life on the road, their latest album, Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces, and their #1 hit, Fake It. Take a look.
The tour so far has been awesome, really well attended. I think now with the success we've had overseas and what we've been able to do worldwide, I think that there's a lot of pride now.
It's kind of interesting to watch the progression. I mean, when we first came out, our first single was just going to radio, Fake It, and we're playing them live, and it's nominal applause or something, because they're not really familiar. And here we are, 10 months later, and on our second single, and when we kick into the first lines of Fake It, the bass line, the crowd just, goes nuts, and it makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. We approached this album as a three-piece. It was just the three of us, and I think because this wasn't our first album, we'd been in the studio before, experienced, I like to think, we were pretty open-minded to some new ideas.
One of the hard things to do is to choose what's not going to go on the album. It always comes down to a short list of 15 or 16 songs, and then the real hard part is to choose which final 12. I think in the end, we came to the best possible, combination we could, And then there's track listing, which is another important thing. You want it to flow, and if you put the CD on, you want to be able to listen to the whole thing. And I think in the digital age, that doesn't really happen very much, but it's something that's still important to us. So there's definitely a lot of thought that goes into it.
There are a few great album releases that we'd like to fill you in on this week. Having undergone multiple lineup changes and a recent label split, the punk new wave band The Faint is releasing their 5th studio album, Fascination. This is their first album in 4 years and the first on their newly formed label.
The love I sell you in the evening by the morning won't exist.
Conor Oberst's self-titled album hit stores this week. Most notably known for his work in Bright Eyes, this is Conor's first solo album in 13 years. The 12 tracks were recorded in Mexico City, and he's already been out touring behind them. This week he hits cities including Los Angeles, Nashville, and Norfolk, and he'll be touring throughout the fall.
It's so simple in the moonlight, so simple in the moonlight.
All summer long, we've been talking about fun and unique ways to get out and see live music. Another great way is to head down to the southernmost tip of New York City to check out the live music scene at the South Street Seaport. Part of the River to River Festival, now in its 7th season, the Seaport Festival offers fun, free live music events at night on the water. Jennifer Glass recently sat down with the festival's producer, Stephen Dima, to get the scoop on this live music event. Here's what he had to say.
So we are here on a beautiful Friday night in the summer in downtown Manhattan. And when I say downtown, I mean downtown. We are in the South Street Seaport, and we're here with Stephen Dima, who's the producer of the South Street Seaport Music Festival. You got involved in this festival when? When did it start? How did it begin?
Well, after September 11th, actually, a group of partners in Lower Manhattan got together and formed the River to River Festival. And I came over here and kind of rediscovered the Seaport and felt like we could do some really great things here, and started the Seaport Music Series, and here we are today.
Maybe this is an obvious question, but why the South Street Seaport? It was just the space, the water. What made it extra attractive for you?
I felt like it was a really special place that you can build like a free outdoor club, basically. So that's what we set out to do, and here we are. It's free. You don't need a ticket. You don't need to do anything. You just show up and hope you find a good place. I love introducing new stuff to New York, to Lower Manhattan for free. It's really crazy. One year we had Hot Chip. There were 5,000 people here. It's like 2 years ago.
A lot of people just kind of wander down to this part of town on a Friday night anyway, and I'm wondering, who are you targeting? Who are you trying to get to the Seaport to see this music?
Oh, I mean, the audience that it ends up being is real music fans. And you see, there's a kid here that comes. I think he's probably about 18 or 19. And this kid's been coming here since he's like a little boy. And it's kind of like now why I do it. Like he's like represents, like he's here now. I mean, he shows up at like 4 o'clock every Friday night for every band. And one of my partners recently left, and I was like going through these pictures, and there was a picture from like 2003, and there he was, like with, you know, not as cool glasses, you know, not as cool haircut. He was like standing in between like two like 40, 50-year-old somethings, you know, and they were all doing the same thing, and he knew every single lyric to every Wire song. And it just I get emotional, you know. He's the coolest kid on the planet.
It's a great spot to see music, so check out the website, come on down if you're in striking distance of New York, and if you're not, well, you still got time to come down this summer, or certainly next summer. It sounds like it'll be going on strong, and check out the Seaport. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That does it for this week's edition of Concert TV News. Come back every week for a new installment of the latest album releases, tour announcements, exclusive interviews, and more. Thanks for watching.
Hate the mind.